This is Zio, and welcome to another episode of New Earth Wealth. Um, I haven't posted a video in a while because I've been super busy working with events, but I think it's very important that we release a video now because there's a lot of fear um, in the markets. Bitcoin has turned red on the weekly time frame, which means that, pretty much if we look at the chart here, ever since April 14th, which was Bitcoin's all-time high, we've been on a downtrend, um, and it's just very clear to see that just the sentiment is bearish. But as of yesterday, officially, I think we can start saying that we are in a bear market. Now, what a bear market means is that for a period of time, what institutions, what private investors are doing is that they're shorting the market. When they short the market, they cause the Bitcoin price to go down. Obviously, people get scared and they sell their coins, makes a coin go down. So if you're thinking long term, this is a great opportunity to invest money, because we all know that as painful as seeing maybe your portfolio 50%, 60, even 70% underwater, as painful as it is, we know that in the long term, cryptocurrencies, the big ones, the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, they always go up. Why? Because cryptocurrencies are to cash what Netflix was to Blockbuster. Now, I remember when Netflix started, Netflix was just a DVD mail delivery service. It wasn't streaming any of that, so it took time to build. But once they went with these modern technologies, it became in like this massive giant company that pretty much killed Blockbuster. Same thing's happening with cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are literally going to kill, to terminate what we know as cash, as paper money. Paper money serves no use, as we, for example, don't use coins anymore. Pennies are not even worth their own price. So cryptocurrencies are the future of money, and obviously they're heavily manipulated because it is still a relatively small market of $1.7 trillion or so. So what can we do now as retail investors, you and me? We're not the big institutions. What do we do? How do we make money? So we have two options. One, as Bitcoin or Ethereum continues its downward trajectory, we can just buy little by little. You don't have to bet your whole house, but let's say this week you want to put $100, and you, for example, this week you bought it at 40,000. Then let's go on the weekly time frame. This week you bought, for example, this week what dollar cost averaging is this? This week you bought Bitcoin 54. This week you bought Bitcoin at 46. This week you bought Bitcoin at 39. This week, so yeah, it's been going down, but as it goes down and you keep buying, then your average price of purchase becomes a little bit lower. Now, this sounds like a losing plan, and it is in the short term because we are in a bear market, but at the same time, in a bear market is when you make the most amount of money, because when the bear market eventually ends, which I've seen some investors say between 3 to 4 months, I've seen others say, actually really soon. For example, there is this B word conference in a couple of days. And let's be real, the majority of the fear that's caused this crash has been thanks to Elon Musk, thanks to China. And guess who's speaking at the Beef Word conference? Elon Musk. Cathie Wood, one of the greatest investors of the modern era. Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter, he put this together. So CEO of Twitter, excuse me. So he put this together, and there's going to be a lot of positive reinforcement and news coming out for Bitcoin. So this can change things around. Also, Ethereum is going through an upgrade that's supposed to go live on August 4th, and it's going to cause Ethereum, which is the second largest cryptocurrency, to become deflationary, which is going to allow you, it's going to pretty much make Ethereum go up in value with time. I'm not going to get into detail because the video is going to become too long, but there are really good things up in the horizon for Bitcoin and Ethereum, both in the next couple of months. So this bear market trend should not last too long. So for the average investor, dollar cost averaging is the best way. to just to accumulate Bitcoin and accumulate Ethereum at these low rates. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum max at 4,400, and right now is sitting at a painful 1813. However, this is a great opportunity because you're with Ethereum, guys. It's like a guaranteed that this is gonna double, triple very soon. Um, in my opinion, Ethereum is actually going to flip Bitcoin, which means it's going to hold more value as a total market than Bitcoin. Doesn't mean that Ethereum is going to be 60,000 like Bitcoin. It just means that in general, the whole market volume is going to be greater than Ethereum, than Bitcoin. Excuse me. So either way, these two Bitcoins, which are our main focus, have some good news in the horizon. So this is a great opportunity to dollar cost average. Another tool resource that I've been using is Cifra. What Cifra does is that they invest the money for you and they give you 0.5% return daily. However, you're not holding your money. You can't take your money out, but they do pay you daily, so you're taking interest and they are doubling your money. So this is a great opportunity. What I did with Cifra is that I invested multiple packages and they're doubling my money regardless of what happens in the market. And as the market goes down, I've been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, and then when Bitcoin goes up, I'm gonna double, triple, quadruple my money. So this is a great way. If you want to learn more about Cifra, shoot me a DM. It's very simple. You don't have to do anything. It's literally you deposit your money and then they pay you daily, and then you take your money out. You can sell your Bitcoin or you leave it in Bitcoin, and that's it. It's super easy. And then the other option that you could do to make money is trading. Now, trading requires a lot of time, requires a lot of knowledge. If you don't know what you're doing, you can get wrecked. You could lose a lot of money. So that's beyond the scope of this video. But again, there's lots of good opportunities to trade. For example, we look at Ethereum just now, even in a 5-minute timeline. Let me reset this.
Did you tell them what you think is going to happen after the talk?
Yeah, so we could see these indicators as, it's going down. So on the short term, you can go ahead and sell and then just rebuy. This is another opportunity. So if you do know a little bit of trading and you do have a good charting system, you can kind of see, let's look at the 1 hour time frame. You can kind of see, for example, you can definitely see these where you can tell, look, at this point Ethereum was in, let's say, 1900, and you get a big blood diamond and it's telling you sell. And if you would have sold, and you would have, the thing is, this happened at 4 in the morning. And that's usually at the time that these investors go in to move the market, right? Because they start shorting and selling. So if you would have done this at 4, you would have then, just write it down, and then you could have bought Ethereum. You could have sold at 1900, and you could have bought Ethereum right now at 1814. Now that's a 4% gain on your coin. So it's not on the dollar, but it's on the coin. You're going to have 4% more coin because you're rebuying. So that's another opportunity. If you don't want to short the market because you're not very savvy, but you do have these indicators, you could sell, if you're holding. And that's what I've been doing as well, because I'm holding some Ethereum. So I've been selling whenever I see this indicators and then just rebuying it down. Now I wish I was up at 1 and 4 in the morning. I would have seen this. Here, this was another one, yeah, and then you could make money that way. The other one you could do short term is like, maybe let's go on the 4-hour time frame. You can catch here like the bottoms. For example, after we had this massive dump, you had, for example, this indicator telling you that this was what, July 14th around 12 o'clock, telling you, look, we hit a bottom. At this time, Ethereum was in 1903. If you would have purchased it there, and then obviously these are short terms. Why short terms? Because the market will always fluctuate up and down. In the long term, in a bear market, we continue to go down. That's why you see this trajectory. But you could make money short term. So for example, if on July 14th at 4 in the morning, again in the morning, you would have purchased Ethereum, you could have purchased it as low as 1850. And then by July 15th at 12 o'clock, it literally went up to 2000. So if you would have caught this ride, and it was just a day, honestly. You would have caught a 7 and 8, yeah, an 8%, 7-8% swing in one day. Um, when you have these clear indicators. And this is another way of making money short term. So, for example, if you would have invested $10,000 here and you would have sold it right here, you would have made $700. Um, so there's ways of making money in the market at all times. Now, this is complex. This is not for everyone. This takes time. This takes knowledge, and you could lose a lot of money real quick if you didn't know what you're doing. So I don't necessarily recommend this to anyone unless you're really invested, really interested, you really want to get into learning trading, and you really want to dedicate your time. Think of this as like a part-time job because it really does take time. It's another beautiful way of making money. It's also a terrible way of losing money. So you only do this if you're really going to educate yourself and you're going to learn about it. Otherwise, guys, we still have the opportunity again of dollar cost averaging, um, investing in CFRA, and just keep at it little by little. It's definitely better than just leaving it in savings. Because savings is deflationary, it's inflationary. You can see that they already report that we went like a 5% inflation this year, and that's it. And there's no hope of it going up ever. These we do know they're going to go up eventually, or we hope so. But that's what history has said it will. It's done it for the last 10 years. So history should be with us, and I'm pretty sure it is, but nobody knows the future. So yeah, these are our options. It's just an update, bringing a little bit more of like hope and alternative ideas into the market. Again, if you have any questions, DM me, message me. I'll be more than happy to help. And yeah, until the next one, guys.
Peace.
Peace.